We're standing inside what's called the Chicago Cultural Center. It was built in 1897. First was a library until 1991, and that's when we got our current Central Public Library built down the street, and at that time this became the Chicago Cultural Center. This dome is actually the world's largest Tiffany stained glass dome. It has about 30,000 pieces of glass, mostly Tiffany Favril glass, mosaics, and abalone shell and mother of pearl. And they actually laid every little piece of mosaic by hand, a little bit angled from the one next to it, so that as you walk through the space, there's actually this dynamic sparkle that happens. Both of these buildings, an art museum, a library, these were both things that were considered kind of like visual testaments to what we wanted Chicago to become as the second version of itself after the fire of 1871.
Chicago has a tendency to hold on to our older architecture. There's a lot of, we've landmarked a lot of buildings in Chicago, so we could show how our architecture has progressed throughout the years. The way the Chicago fire influenced the city the most was by wiping the slate clean. This gave Chicago a chance to think about what they wanted, plan ahead, and build accordingly. As a city, when Daniel Burnham was creating the 1909 plan, he believed that when people are surrounded by beautiful things, it changes their attitude towards the general public and their behavior. If you walk into a room and it's got beautiful carpeting on the ground, you're more likely to take your shoes off. Daniel Burnham felt that if we design a city that is beautiful, that people will act better towards each other, be friendlier, and just generally treat the city better as well. And you can actually see examples of that in the downtown area. Most people tell me that Chicago is one of the most friendly cities they visited, regardless of what you usually hear on the media. And it inspired other architects when they were building in Chicago. They knew they had to do their best work. So it's actually a high honor to design a building that's built here in Chicago.